Watch this video to learn about the 5 negotiation areas that you have to consider and talk about with your partners so that you're both prepped for dominance and submission success. If we've never met before, I'm Veronica Jans of DesiresLaidBare.com, where I empower people to become their most confident, unstoppable, and unapologetic selves through kink and BDSM, specifically for beginners. So, you've talked to your partner and they've said yes to exploring a dominant submissive relationship dynamic with you. Hooray! But what now? Where do we start? How do we start? What's next? These are the most common questions that couples ask me when they first want to dive into exploring dominance and submission together. Based on the hundreds of people I've helped begin their dominance and submission journey, it's obvious that there is no one size fits all. And there shouldn't be, because we're all unique. As a quick note, for the purposes of this video and how I teach kink and BDSM in general, there is a difference between boundaries and limits. So boundaries are societal, cultural parameters, and limits are physical and psychological parameters. All right, let's get started. Negotiation area number 1, your power exchange expectations. So what are you looking to get out of this dynamic that you and your partner are going to be entered in? I mean, it's not necessarily for shits and giggles. You have a reason that you want to explore it, so be sure to list that out. Some other considerations are duration of time. Is this something that you only want to do in the bedroom, specifically as a sexual act? Or is this something that you want to dive into a little more and have it be incorporated into your everyday life? And what about your fantasies or your desires from your partner? You have a very clear idea in your mind as to what gets you all hot and bothered, but your partner may not. So what are the expectations or desires that you want from your partner? And then there's also the aspect of sexual versus non-sexual. Do you want this power exchange dynamic to be sexual, non-sexual, or both? Negotiation area number 2. This is your emotional and mental limits and boundaries. What are some phrases that you absolutely don't want to be called? What are some things that are mentally and emotionally triggering from you, either currently or stemming from your past? Like, these are really, really important to know where the rails are so that nobody gets past them and triggers you in a very negative way. Negotiation area number 3, these are your physical limits. So what is it that you physically can't do? But then it's also important to consider what you don't want to do. Like, if you just aren't feeling it and you don't like your hands tied behind your back, for instance, but you can clearly do it, put that on the negotiations list. And you can explain to your partner why. So I'm curious, and I'm always wondering what is going through your mind. So comment below and answer me this. If you were to negotiate with your partner, what aspects would be the top priority for you? Okay, cool. So negotiation area number 4, relationship expectations. So we first had dynamic expectations, like this is your dominant and submission expectations, but what about your relationship? You may not have your dominance and submission relationship dynamic 24/7. So where do we draw the line? Is it when you go to work? Is this only for the bedroom? Like, what are some things in your relationship that are worth considering? Like, what about going out and eating dinner? Are you going to order your own food, or is this something that you want your partner to do for you, for instance? Or what about when it comes to your kids? Do you tell your kids that mom and dad or partner and partner are going to be engaging in this? So like, where does the boundary happen in terms of your relationship as a whole? And finally, negotiation area number 5, which is the most scary to me at least, is past baggage. So I have tons of baggage, and I've been in abusive relationships, I've been in unfulfilling relationships, so I've run the whole gamut. And so I've realized that while these are really, really painful to talk about, they're just as important to discuss because it makes you who you are. And if you've noticed, this is kind of similar and has influenced number 2 and 3, so your mental and emotional limits and boundaries, and also your physical limits and boundaries. And so the reason why we add number 5, the past baggage, is because now you get to talk about it. It's really easy to say, hey, don't choke me or put your hand around my neck because that's triggering. But now in number 5, you get to actually explain to your partners why that's on the no list. And this is super important because for a successful dominant and submissive relationship, creating empathy, compassion, and understanding between the people involved. Super, super important. So there you have it, my 5 most important areas of negotiation for a successful dominant and submissive relationship dynamic. Now remember, this doesn't have to be a one and done. Negotiation should happen often because things change. You may be 3 months into this and realize that what you wanted when you first started is not what you want at month 3, and that's totally great and totally okay because it means that you're learning about yourself more and you're evolving. And to help you and your partner even further, I've created the ultimate dominant and submissive negotiation checklist and guide so that you both can be confident that all the sections that you need to talk about will be talked about. So it's pretty comprehensive. Take your time, refer to it often, and don't hesitate to just talk to each other because that's super important. And to get the guide, it's in the description box below. If this video was helpful to you, give me a thumbs up. Like this video, comment below, or subscribe to my channel. And if you feel that you know people who would benefit from this video, share it with them. It would make me super happy. That's all I have for you this time. I'm Veronica Jans of DesiresLaidBare.com, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!